Okay, we started. I did the first 2 chapters, so we're 28 pages in. It's going well. I think it's gonna be fun to be with this family. I think it's so different for them to live in the jungle and up in the jungle. Like, that's gonna be such a different, picture to imagine, and I love it. I love the idea of it. But yeah, we're definitely gonna be seeing a bunch of the family dynamic. Her brother doesn't like her. That's in the description. I think she's gonna have problems with them because she might be Scythian, but she's living in Ixia her entire life, and she has her Ixian background. Like, that's technically her culture. So I'm curious when Valak and Ari and Jango are gonna come back, because I'm really excited to see them. But yeah, also I'm curious how much of this book is gonna be the first 2 weeks before she heads to the Citadel, because those 2 weeks are gonna be her really getting to see her family, and then Leaf is supposed to take her brother is supposed to take her to the Citadel, and that's probably gonna cause some problem because her brother doesn't like her. I don't know what the problem in this story is gonna be. Like the overarching, the climax scene. I don't know what that problem is. We'll find out. Well, I mean, we're only 30 pages in, so we'll find out. But yeah, it was a good opening. I did enjoy it. I am gonna really enjoy being with this clan because it's so different. I just really like the fact that they live up in the jungle. Like, they have like a full not buildings, but like full houses and stuff built into the jungle. I love that idea. So I figure all my updates are probably gonna be from here because I'm like reading from this spot, so I'm not gonna keep like moving around if there's no point. And pretty much all my updates are in the sweater because it's a little chilly, so I'm wearing it all the time. But anyway, I just started reading Magic Study for the day. I literally got like 10 pages in, not far, but we just met Yelena's father, and he's such a sweet man. And then like Pearl, the mom, was like getting mad, like, oh my god, I've been waiting for you all day. But then she relaxed. At first I was gonna be like, yo girl, you gotta relax, she don't know you. And then she did it. She was like, oh no, like, I know I'm supposed to give you space, like, you don't know us, I'm not supposed to smother you, but also I want to. It's just, it feels so realistic. Like, I feel like that's exactly how it would play out. But also, the 3 of them were just sitting and just having some tea, and the parents talked about how much they don't like Valak, how much everyone in the South doesn't like Valak, but like how much they don't like Valak. And I started thinking, and I feel like, because the last line here is Yelena has some old friends to help her with all her new enemies, and knowing that those old friends are going to be Ara and Jango and Valak and maybe Marin, I feel like they're going to end up coming over to the South, and Valak is going to share her room with her. They're going to be very unwelcome, but I feel like that's what's going to happen. And I also don't think it's going to be like very far in the book. I think maybe another 100 to 150 pages, which sounds like a lot, but that'll only be like halfway through the book. So she said, when did he stop? He said yesterday. Leaf has been looking for her all that time. He's gonna be a bitch to her, but there's gonna be an underlying reason why. You know what I think it is? On top of the fact that he can sense that she's killed and stuff, I think it's because he spent his entire life looking for her, and then for her to come back and be so Ixian, like still be wearing their clothes, still be carrying a weapon and acting like them, I think that's what's bothering him. So we're about 85 pages into this, and we're with Kahil's group now. Also Leaf is a piece of shit, but like, we'll get past that. I'm sure her relationship with him will grow, but right now definitely hates his sister. But anyway, we're with Kahil, and I was like, oh no, oh, do not tell me this is gonna have book 2 syndrome. which just means that the love triangle is gonna get introduced. I was not here for it. So immediately what I did, if you don't know, my most hated trope is a love triangle. I cannot stand them. And like obviously there are books that I like with them, like Akatar has it technically, the Shatter Me trilogy had it. You hear that? But usually I will try to refrain from getting into it because I hate them. So I looked it up, and it seems that there is no love triangle, and if anything, that Kahil might, they didn't say it explicitly in the name, but it just said like the third person, that Kahil might like her, but she doesn't return the feelings. I'm cool with that. I don't mind that. But I did read this one on Reddit, and the person said that Poison Study, if you go into the trilogy expecting romance, you're gonna be disappointed, because the first one, romance is definitely a subplot, and I highly agree with that. In Poison Study, it was definitely more of a subplot. It wasn't like the main point of the story, which I didn't mind because we still got romance and I was fine with that. But she did say that in the rest of the books, the romance definitely becomes much more substantial, which just makes me believe even more that Valak is gonna show up sooner rather than later in this book. Here's my new theory. That Valak is gonna show up, and then here's my thing, because he's so loyal to the commander, all of my theories go back to not being loyal to the commander. So like I don't know what theory to use where the commander is also part of it, because I feel like Arya and Jenko are gonna join with Yelena and this group in the south. I don't know, but yeah, I'm even more convinced now that Valak is gonna show up here. There's gonna be a deeper romance in this, so I do think he's gonna show up sooner rather than later, because it was pointed out that the romance is a much more substantial part of the story in the rest of the books, because she said the rest of the books after Poison Study, which would mean starting with book 2, you know. I'm really going off of the fact that it says that there's no love triangle, because it feels like there's a love triangle. Like there's nothing she's doing is making it sound like that. It's just knowing the recipe for romance. It feels like she doesn't like him right now, but she'll grow to like Kahil, and I don't like the sound of that. But like she keeps referencing back to Valak. Like, okay, online it said there's no love triangle. It said if anything it's one-sided and it's just coming from Kahil's side, which I definitely do think will happen, but it feels like it's gonna happen, and even knowing it's not gonna happen, I feel dread. But we are 117 pages in, so we read like 90-ish pages today. I'm definitely gonna be continuing on. I'd like to read another like 100, 150. What time is it? It's 5:20, and it is Valentine's Day, so I do want to watch a romance movie tonight. So I think I'm gonna read until like 8:30 or 9, and then we'll watch a movie. But like until then, I want to get as much of this done as possible. I'm definitely not finishing this today, like pretty much impossible, but I'll definitely be finishing it tomorrow, and then hopefully tomorrow I can do the same thing I did with this and read like just the first 30 pages of this and just get it started. And then the rest of the week I'm gonna have classes, so I'm not gonna have as much time to read, but like spend the rest of the week reading this. We moved. I think the lighting's gonna be kind of bad here, but oh well. So my worry about the love triangle, Kahil tried his little game on page like 150 and she said no, and I mean it was like very like not hostile, like it was very friendly the way they did it, and she was like, I can only offer you friendship, and he was like, because of the guy that gave you that necklace. She was like, yeah, and I gave him my heart. and my trust and my soul and everything. And so I'm saying I don't think Kahil's gonna keep trying, but it's more like I hope he's not gonna keep trying. We'll see. But yeah, I do think in the next 50-ish pages maybe we'll get Valak. If not in the next 100 for sure, but like I feel like in the next 50. At least I hope so. Not a reading update, but I was just making coffee and I cut myself. I feel like, is there a day I could go without hurting myself? I was trying to get the ice for this and I like hit my finger on the cup. So in the first book, Valak mentioned a soul finder, and if like the only reason magicians would really want to kill other magicians because they're a soul finder. And then right now, Hayes just said, "Oh, I thought you were a soul finder," and that's why he had rushed out of the room. The second Valak had said, "Unless you are a soul finder, but obviously you're not." I was like, "Oh, she's a soul finder. I don't know what the hell that is, but she's one of them." I still don't know what the hell that is, but she is one of them. I mean, technically, well, I already forgot his name. Or Kahil. Technically, Kahil isn't necessarily trying, but that little kiss and he's being flirty. I think, you know what it is? I think it's when the man has been friend zoned, but he's still being flirty because, you know, there was always a chance. Ugh, I just need Valak to come back for this third wheel crap to get out of my head because it's bothering me. She hasn't reciprocated any feelings for him. Like, it seems friendly. Also seems like she only makes friends with guys at this point. It's kind of weird. But it seems just like friendly, just like Dax or Arya and Jenko. She's a lot closer with. It's not really like them, but like, you know. So from her side, it still seems fine. But we'll see. Mother and father, what is this? Oh, this is good. I mean, right before he said father, I suspected it was like his father would be the one called out. Do I think it's him? I don't want to think it's him. I think that's it. But I don't know. I don't know who it could be. I don't think it's him. You know what I think? I think the mother and father make it, and then they probably sold it to either someone in the Zaltana clan or someone, I don't remember what the clan is called, but the one that only the Zaltanas are friends with. And that would make sense because all the killings happen around that clan. So if someone in that clan had it, I don't know who, but like someone in that clan. And Ixian ambassador is trying to come with his retinue, which I'm assuming means Valak is trying to come with Ori and Jenko. Okay, yeah. It doesn't say who it is. I do think though that we're probably at 2 to 2.5 months since she left Ixia. Because here's my reasoning. She left from Brazil's district. And if it was 5 days from Brazil's district to the commander's like castle, that's 5 days. And then I'm thinking probably a bit like another 2 or 3 days to get to the border. I'm completely making this up in my head, but that's what I'm thinking. Something like a week. And then I'm thinking between getting from Ixia to the Zaltana clan, it probably took another 2 to 3 weeks, given that they had to, first of all, I don't know how big the lands are, so I'm completely making this up in my head. But they had to cross all of that, like walk it all, and they had to stop along the way to drop off the different children. So I'm thinking it took about a month, to get from Brazil's district down to the Zaltana clan, and then she was at the Zaltana clan for like 2 days, and then when she got captured by what was his name? Kahio. It took about a week to get from there to the Citadel. What number am I at now? What is that, like 5 weeks approximately? And then I think she's been at the Citadel at this point for 2 to 3 weeks. I feel like it's closer to 3 weeks. So we're up at 2 months now. Give or take. Maybe a week. But yeah. That's my calculation. Now we're going to continue on. So Valak isn't with the Ixians coming. Actually, hold on. No, he could be. Okay, he said he can't come. Which, completely understand why he can't. But I'm just saying, he could always try to find a way. But he is with Arya and Jinko. But I was going to say, he's not coming. But he could be the group coming from Ixia. Just because they just sent a messenger to Ixia to tell them that they can come. So, Valak being at the Snake Forest, doing preparations for the military, he can just get up from there and come. So, he can be in the group coming. I think he's going to be in it. I don't think he's going to be like the person sent. I think he's going to hide in the group with Arya and Jinko. And the three of them are going to find their way because we already know Arya and Jinko are going to try to come back to her. And Valak, the only thing with Valak is his loyalty to the commander is so fucking annoying. I'm like, I don't know how to get past that part. But I think he's going to come for sure. For sure. Okay. So I was wrong about Valak showing up within the next 50 pages. Because we're now 230 pages into the book and he is not even close to showing up. But I do want to say Kahil is turning out like a nice guy because of the fact that his feelings are very obvious. He does not try to hide that he cares for her and he wants to protect her and stuff, but he's not going past that boundary, and he it's just making it very obvious that he has feelings for her, but he's not trying to push it or anything, and I appreciate that. But yeah, I do think that comment that I saw online was right, that it's more one-sided because she doesn't really do anything to encourage him. She just she really just acts like it's a friendship. If anything, she's more annoyed with him than anything else. But yeah, I do appreciate all this. But going back to Valak, I do think he's gonna show up at some point. I'm laughing because I keep saying this and he keeps not showing up. So here's my thing. Technically, he has been throughout the story because she has that mind connection with him. So he is helping her out throughout, little parts of the story, but still throughout the story. How much do we have left? 160-ish pages left. I'd say within the next 50 pages. So around the last 100 pages, we're gonna get Valak in the story. Actually in the story, not just the mind connection thing. Okay. So my timeline was completely wrong. It's a 2-day ride to the Ixian border and half a day to the commander's castle. I'm over here putting in weeks. It's like a couple days, that's it. Okay, so she's been away. She's been at the Citadel now 3 weeks, I'd say, ish. And then it took a week to get from her place to the... Oh, actually, I lied. It's probably not 2 months, but it has been maybe a month, I'd say, maybe a little bit over a month, because she was walking the entire way. The 2-day ride and half a day to Commanders is on horseback, and you're sprinting it the entire way there, where she was just walking. So yeah, it was longer. I don't know how much longer, so it's definitely not 2 months. I'd say maybe she's been away a month at 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks at this point. If I had just continued on, I would have figured this out. She had been living in Scythia for 2.5 seasons. That's 5 months. And then, she said almost half a year, but 1 season is 2 months. So she's been there for 5 months. My calculations were so off. I thought 2 months, and then I was like, oh, maybe it's shorter. No, motherfucker, it's been 5. What happened in 5 months? She's been at the Citadel for maybe a month. And then a week before that to, like, get there. What? Did she spend 3 or 4 months traveling around Scythia? Okay, I don't know. We're gonna continue on. This timeline is all wrong. Okay, so in the first book, you learn that Commander Ambrose was actually born. Okay, I'm a little confused if he was actually born a girl. Because I don't know how he would have transitioned into a guy. But you learn that he was born a girl. A woman is the ambassador. Is it Ambrose? Oh my god, hold on. We're gonna find out right now. I just saw Janko's name. I don't know. Oh my god, okay, hold on. The commander is here posing as the Ixian ambassador. I called it, which means Valak has to be here. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay. Okay, let's go. She's about to see him. Oh my god. Okay, let's go. I knew Valak would get inside. Oh my god. Stop. Okay, I'm so excited. Plus, I think Cahill just figured out that Valak is the one she's in love with. But oh my god, they're finally interacting. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. We're on page 267. It took a while to get here, but we're here. So my mom called and I have to call her back, so I can't continue, but I just had to finish reading the chapter. I have like 2 pages left. And she just got a note from the killer for like a different rendezvous time, so the magicians don't know about it. But of course Valak knows about it because he is a skilled spy assassin. So he just went into her room, saw the note, and I love him. He is like the definition of a supportive man. He literally doesn't gawk at anything. He just goes, what do you need? And I love that he keeps calling her love. That's my thing that's what I use too. I tend to use love when it's the guy that I like. I also like babe, but like it depends on the situation and what type of man we're talking about. In fantasy and like the more dark and serious type of thing, I usually use love. If it's more of like contemporary, I would use babe. Anyway, I love that he keeps calling her love. I love their relationship. It's so just natural. It's so cute. I love them. Okay, I cannot continue right now because I have to call my mom back. But we have 115 pages left, which I will likely just finish off tomorrow. I probably won't read anymore today. I'll finish off tomorrow, and then for sure I'll start fire study tomorrow, and try to get like 100 pages into that. Okay. Oh my god, I just love Valak and Elena so much. I filmed favorite romances, and now it sucks because I can't add them into it because I had that film before I read Poison Study, or before I finished Poison Study actually. They're so cute. A couple of things. I don't really mind that Iris cut the connection. Do I think it'll come back? Probably, but I also think she's gonna end up with the Ixians anyway, so it doesn't really matter. What's her? Kiki was like, Rabbit, good. But before she had named one of the guys Rabbit Man, either Ari or Janko, I don't know which one. So what I think is one of them is somehow there. I think that, but also part of me is like, okay, I don't know, because I feel like they'd be too protective and they'd jump out. But also I think that, and that scares me because I'm like, oh my god, no, I don't want them to get hurt. Every single one of these books I'm gonna be like, don't get hurt, please. The last thing was when Opal went to hug Yelena, and she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Immediately I was like, oh, she about to dart her. But I'm just saying, I understand Opal's part. Yelena's gonna understand it. But what a fucking bitch. Yelena just risked herself to come get you out of trouble. And you're really gonna dart her and run away? Wow, a fucking bitch. She saved your sister. She came to save you, and you're like, fuck you, I'm out. Wow. Okay. I'm making my guess real quick. I think this woman is Magcon's sister, because she said you knew my brother well, so I think that's who she is. And then I'm trying to think, because she wouldn't have been able to rape any of the women, so I'm trying to think, maybe she had a friend or like her partner do all of that, and then she went in and like actually killed. I don't know. It's either that or she's helping her partner to bring Yelena in. But then I don't think so. I feel like it's her. I don't know. But I do think she's Magcon's sister. Is Bert targeting Valak? Because she was just a ploy. It was either he's targeting Valak or maybe Iris. Oh, shit. I knew Arya and Jinko had followed her inside. I fucking knew it. Yeah, see, Kiki was referring to them as a rabbit. I knew it. I understand her reasoning, but this mother of Yelena's is little like, oh my god, like, bro, you're acting so childish. Like, I understand why. She has this traumatic experience of losing her daughter, and the daughter keeps getting into trouble. But her running up into the tree every single time, like, seriously? It's Chelsea. Oh, I had not thought of that. That's really good. They kind of hinted at it before. Oh, this is so well done. So it's currently 3:45 and I just finished magic study. Okay, the romance is definitely a subplot. I think it's gonna be a subplot throughout the entire trilogy, so I don't know why they said it picks up more, but it's definitely like weaved in throughout the story. But yeah, I am really enjoying it. I think it's fun. She again is not with Balak. You know how annoying that is? But she's gonna be the Lyson, which I think is appropriate because of her life in Ixia and her life in Scythia. Like, how was she supposed to choose one? I think at the end she is gonna choose to probably stay in Ixia most of her time and then go to Scythia like from time to time to visit her family and all of that. And being the Lyson, she has to go between. But I think she is by the end of this book, she is gonna choose Ixia over Scythia. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Again, like Poison Study, I don't think I have any like problems with it. Like, it was just so fun and so good, and Valak is such a good man. He was like, oh my, it's always like, was the Princess Bride, how, I don't remember what his name was, but the man to Buttercup was always like, as you wish. That's what he did. He was just like always, as you wish. It's just like he loves her so much, and I love that about it. I also love that the commander revoked the execution if she goes into Ixia, so she could be the Lyson. That's gonna make her relationship with Valak a lot easier because she'll be traveling back and forth. The ending of this with Cahill being like hating her, I think is a great way to go off. I wasn't expecting Cahill to beat Morok, but makes sense. But yeah, I don't really know what his plan is gonna be in getting Ferd, but we'll see in this one. But yeah, I think in this one it's gonna be a lot more traveling back and forth, maybe. Oh, you know what scene I'm looking forward to? I really hope it's put in here, is her parents meeting Valak. Like, I was gonna say officially, but they've never even seen him. But like officially meeting Valak, because what was her name? Pearl, the mom, knows that they're in a relationship. She's like, yo, the rumors are spreading, like, how daft do you think I am? So even though she hates Valak, I think she and Isu are gonna push that aside because they know that Yelena loves him and that, like, they trust Yelena's judgment. but I'm really looking forward to that scene in here. Ooh, that's gonna be exciting. But yeah, I did finish it. It was a great time. I'm honestly probably gonna give it a 5 stars as well. Like, I cannot think of a single bad thing to say about this, and it was just a great time. I think one of my favorite parts of this trilogy so far is the fact that I can never guess what is really gonna happen, because usually when I'm reading a book, I'm like already guessing about the next things that, I mean, I'm sure every reader does this. You just guess about the next thing that's gonna happen, or you know, the final plot line. I had no idea. I was like, the entire time I was like, I don't even know what the problem, like, I don't know what the main problem is. I have no idea how to guess where we're gonna go from here. But it has been a great time. I think the pacing is also really, really well done. I don't think it's necessarily very fast paced, but it's also not very slow. It's kind of just like going with life. But yeah, it was a great time. So I don't know how long this video is gonna be yet, but I'm sure it's gonna be long. So well, catch you in the next video to read Fire Study. I do plan on starting this tonight, hopefully getting like 100 pages in, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited.